Here's a good question. Should you wait for the 2027 Ford F450? We're gonna unpack that question in this video, but I would like to hear from you guys in the comment section. Now, this truck is available here at Ken Garff Ford in West Valley, Utah. Be sure to ask for Ken. Now, I gotta show you guys the window sticker because this will be my first point. Obviously, pricing is something that is really, really touchy on videos. I mean, no matter what I do, if I were to show you a $20,000 brand new Ford F450 Platinum, you guys would probably complain about the price. I'm just saying, because if it's not too high, then you might be like, well, what's wrong with the truck then, right? So let's go ahead and check out the pricing and see how much you would pay for this truck today. So you guys see here, this is the description of this truck. Glacier Gray will still be available for 2027. The only color that's going to be gone is Avalanche, and they don't have any F450s here at Ken Garff in Avalanche. So I like Glacier Gray. The only negative thing about it is you got to pay $995 more for that paint. Now, the high output engine may go down in price. However, because this is an F450, it may not. But I do know that because they're getting rid of the standard output engine, that might be an advantage that some people might want to take advantage of if they don't want the high output. But you guys see all the options on this truck here. Now, I want to show you really the base price of this truck. So it's $96,335, and destination charge is $27.95. Now, this truck in total, without the Platinum Plus package, is $108,750. All right, guys, so I have Ken here. He's going to build the exact same truck in a 2027 because we have pricing right now, which is good, but they don't have the builder up yet, so that's why we have to do it this way. But he's going to add pretty much every single option here.
Yep, I'll do exactly like this one and see where we end up.
Okay. Yeah, so that one was $108,750.
Yeah.
It has a lot of nice features on it. Now, the only thing is the standard output engine is gone, so we'll see if that price is different too. All right, so you guys ready for this? I'm going to share my screen here for you guys. So base price is $97,835. It was $96,335 if you don't remember. Now, do you guys see anything that sticks out? I'm going to show you guys all the description here with all the pricing. On this column, something should be glaringly obvious to you of why this 2027 is actually cheaper. I'm going to show you guys the total MSRP, but $97,835. We are more expensive, right? We're more expensive, but wait for it. It's coming. So real quickly, you guys see all the options on this side. So 15, hold on, I actually forgot too. So let me look at it one more time. So $1,575 for the twin panel now, and it's $1,495. Secure code is $455. That actually went up in price. Actually, it used to be standard, but yeah, rapid heat is $350 on the 26. Yep, that does not change. Engine block heaters $250. Pro Power is $985 for 26. Pro Power is now $995, so it went up 10 bucks. Max recline is $560. Upfitter switches is $250. So yes, max recline went up to $610, and then upfitter switches stayed the same. So things are going to be more expensive, but $96,335 was the 2026. 97, you guys see right here, is $97,835. So that's $1,500. You guys see the total price right here is $106,940 for a 2027. So the 2027s are cheaper. Now, last night I was thinking about this. I said, man, now that the high output is going to be standard equipment, I really want to build a D-rated F450 to see if the pricing will go down. And in fact, it did go down because, as you guys may or may not know, because Ford is basically consolidating the diesel into just one, they can actually make it a little bit cheaper now. See, you're seeing this a lot. See, with the new 2027 Chevy Silverado GMC Sierra redesign, they're basically making all the trucks standard with premium lighting. It's also going to have all the big screens except for the passenger screen. The passenger screen is the only one that's not going to be standard, and I don't think a lot of people even care about that. And Ford's actually bringing out a passenger screen for their redesigned trucks too, if you don't know. But the only price increase from 26 to 27 is the diesel. So now, if you didn't see it on the paper, I'll tell you now, on that paper I just showed you, for the Power Stroke it said 0. Versus on the window sticker here, or if you built the 2026 on that same paper, it would say 3,500 bucks because the standard output came standard. So it would be a 0 price for that too. And I would say this is the perfect time to start going out. This is an available F450. I would see if the dealership might consider lowering the price a little bit, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, it's available, right? There shouldn't be a reason for you to pay MSRP for this thing. I don't know what they even have a price at on the website, but you can go check on the website. And Ken did say too, be sure to text him or call him if you want. His number's at the beginning of this video. I would recommend just seeing, if you're in the market, obviously, see what he can do. Also, if you have a business, he is on the commercial side, but he can sell retail as well. See what he can do on the pricing, because this really does open up negotiations, in my opinion. And one thing to consider is this truck's not getting a refresh for 2027. So there's really no need for Ford to raise the price. And I'm a little shocked that they did not raise the price. And let me just make this point really quickly. They are not raising the price on this truck because the high output does give you more horsepower and torque, which we'll talk about here in a second. But if you don't remember, the Platinum does give you projector style headlights. You guys also see you have the painted lower bumpers, parking sensors, and this truck is what Ford dubs blackout, right? This is not a Platinum Plus, so if you look on the side here, mirror caps and the trimming is all blacked out. And I would say that this is more like a sport appearance because you have the satin finishes on the front end of this truck too, which looks good. And I like the grille design. The grille designs are different. If you were to look at a single rear wheel, I'm not sure why they do that. It could just be for max tow, obviously. You have the cameras here. So these trucks come really well equipped. And there was a time when the Platinums gave you the sonar on top of the tailgate with a backup camera, so when the tailgate was down you could see. They did get rid of that function. It would be nice to see it come back for 2027, but I haven't seen or read anything about that. I know they had some issues, I think, with the cameras or something like that. That's why they got rid of those options there. But you get the 3-inch receiver hitch out back, full LED taillights, and I would say that Glacier Gray, even though you have to pay a little bit more money for it, it's a really good color because it is like a pearl paint. You can kind of see that in the sun here. Hopefully you can see that. It's a really pretty paint. And the main reason why people buy the 450 is because of that wider front track. This truck has a great turning radius, big brakes front and rear. You have the 10 lug, and of course you have the commercial grade tires, aluminum wheels. And these are 19.5. Tire size is 225/70. And you don't have to run these at max PSI too. So if you're a little concerned by that, because these are G-rated tires and they're rated for 3,970 pounds at 110 PSI for single, and then dually is 3,750 pounds at 110 PSI. So yeah, all in all, I would say this is a nice truck. Security codes on this one, smart key system, power deployable running boards. And I always recommend the FX4 package, not for going off-road obviously, because it does have downhill assist, but I like the skid plates for if you are going down the highway and you run over something, it doesn't puncture those big tanks down there. So that fuel tank does have a big skid plate. I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the main reason why I recommend FX4, because that's a 48-gallon fuel tank, so it's really big. And then you have a 7.4 gallon DEF. And then that Pro Power, which used to come standard, is now a $985 option for 26, and as you guys saw, it's $995. So some of the options did go up, and you guys see you have your 7-pin and 12-way plug here. Bed lights can be turned on from the bed. This truck does have the bed view camera, and it has a power tailgate with the step built in. Nothing new there. They've had that for a long time. And 430 rear with the cooling on the back of it. And here's one last back shot right there. Looks so good. I think this is definitely the color right here too. Back in 2023, I did see quite a bit of standard output power strokes get ordered. So customer orders reflected standard outputs. Now, obviously some people don't want to be guinea pigs, so they'll go with the engine that's been out the longest, and that's smart, right? Especially if you plan on doing weight loss in the future, you can always just turn up the power anyways. However, for 2027, as you guys heard, no more of the standard output. So this is considered the standard output, or just the main output engine. 500 horsepower, 1200 pound-feet of torque. And I'm pretty sure Ford has pretty much worked out all the kinks, and they've been able to adjust the pricing accordingly to make it more affordable, because that's probably the other issue. Some people didn't want to spend almost 14 grand for a diesel. So I understand why some people did choose not to buy this engine on their build. But again, Ford's probably made it a lot more reliable, and you guys know it has a 10-speed transmission behind it, so this is definitely a good engine option. It has the most horsepower and torque till this day. No one has caught up since 2023, which is kind of embarrassing, Ram, just saying. Now, real quick, if you check out my website, I do have an oil bypass. It filters down to 1 micron, and I'll show you guys a chart here that kind of gives you an idea of how small a micron is. Your factory filter, you'll still use that with this setup. However, that only filters down to like what, 20-25 micron. And I will say like this, if you're looking to get the most out of your engine, if you drive a lot of miles, or if you plan on keeping your truck a long time, it's really a beneficial upgrade, just simply because of how well the system works. And their oil is called Lorenzo oil with TS2 guard. It's basically tungsten in the oil that pretty much creates a sacrificial barrier to help prevent wear inside the engine. It reduces friction, and we've seen a bunch of oil analysis that prove that it is the best oil on the market when you compare it to some of the best out there. Now real quickly, I'm just going to show you guys a quick peek at this interior. You guys know massage seats, has the B&O sound system, all power, all big screens, heads up display, and I like that black liner too. Has a twin panel max recline. So this truck is really decked out. This is pretty much how I would build it. I would have just added a spray in from the factory, although in some cases it can hold up your build, but I think those times have passed. I think that now it's not a big deal. But yeah, this is a nice truck. Now if you are in the market for a F450, one thing I do recommend is camper package. I don't notice a difference in how the trucks ride. I drove these trucks back to back, and I think that for the future, if someone's looking for a specific truck and they want to use it for a bed camper, I think that would help with the resale value. But yeah, look at the fit finish on this truck, really nice. And let's go ahead and check out the payload, because that's the main reason why I started this channel, is to start showing these numbers, and I want to keep doing it. So right here, the front gross axle weight rating is going to be 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,990 pounds. Gross vehicle rating is detuned for an F450 at 14,000. And you guys see the wheels are 19.5 by 6 wide. Axle codes of 4L. All-in payload capacity is 4,837 pounds. Tire pressure is 90 out front, 80 in the rear. So you can run those at 80. And they do have tire pressure monitoring, which might be a bad thing, because if you want to run that tire pressure a little bit lower, that is an option you had in the past, but now you might get a light for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure the notifications are on. See you guys soon.